So I think one of the things that I find really challenging about the present moment is that at the same time that we're trying to make all of these big changes to regulation and the economy and recovering from the financial crisis, we're having to try and fix our democracies at the same time. And one of the ways that we can do that, I think, is by using technology and understanding the effect that technology is having on that democratic reform. So where we start from is a system that has been opened up by network technology. So I think technology is really good for democracy in some ways. Transparency, accountability, international conversations, they're all much more possible than they used to be. And that's fantastic. But of course the problems that come with that are the same problems that came with any new technology, any new information method. People are using it to spread bad information spreads quicker than good information, and also people are feeling this sense that if I can have my, burger the way I want it in 5 minutes, if I can get something shipped from the other side of Europe in 2 days, why does it only take 4 years for me to have a vote on some government policy? So technology can help with that. It can open up different sorts of transparency. You can use digital tools for participatory budgeting and voting. All of that stuff's great. But I think one of the things that we need to understand in terms of responsive democracy is that the institutions and systems have to change as well. So one of our reform conversations that we work on in the Democratic Society is understanding how leaders and leadership can become more participative, how they can understand what these new technologies bring, but also how regulation can be used to create the conditions in which democracy and technology can work better together, so that you can find the routes where bad influencers are using technology to spread bad messages, but also so that you can have some trust and some reliability and some authenticity in some of the conversations that you see. I think the biggest part of it perhaps is cultural, a culture both within the institutions to take a different approach to the way in which they behave, to soften some of the very hard, rigid 19th century structures and make them more flexible and more responsive, which is what people want. But also a culture in the public of cynicism and scepticism, cynicism about politics and scepticism about facts needs to be translated into a much more broad understanding, a more subtle view of what's reliable, what's trustworthy and what's not. And so we're working, and others are, on some of the methods that can open up that conversation, that can start an understanding in the public and to start local initiatives that can enable people to trust much more and to have faith in the sorts of systems that they're using, have faith in the information that they're seeing. Because if we aren't able to build those kind of trusting relationships, we're going to end up in a very stuck politics.